Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a wreath using this dinosaur sign I found at the Dollar Tree, and these are the supplies that I'm using. I'm using some deco mesh I got from Hobby Lobby. It's the ombre with the pink and the white, some Dollar Tree burlap ribbons, and some decorative mesh that I picked up around Christmas time at Walmart. And I am going to use a 12-inch wreath frame that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. I start by working with the decorative burlap mesh that I purchased from Walmart. It has some glitter going through it. It was very thick. It was kind of hard to work with. I start by gathering the decorative mesh at the end, and I'm going to zip tie that to the frame. And I'm going to do about 10-inch loops per crossbar. So here I'm going in with my zip tie, and I am going to start with one of the crossbars and zip tie that to the frame. Now I'm going to make my way around the frame, and I'm going to use a pipe cleaner for every crossbar, and I'm just doing a poof in between each of the crossbars. I do go under the frame and come back up with the pipe cleaner because I'm going to use those pipe cleaners to add my ribbon tails later. You are going to need 6 pipe cleaners as there are 6 crossbars on these wreath frames. You do not have to measure out exactly 10 inches of the burlap. You can just eyeball it. Once you fluff that up and out, it'll be perfect. I do try to get those pipe cleaners as tight as I possibly can, only because I want it very secure. I do not want anything coming apart. Once you make your way around the wreath frame, you're just going to trim off that extra burlap. Next, I'm going to work on my deco mesh. I'm going to cut a 10-inch deco mesh at 32 inches long and create a woodland ruffle for each pipe cleaner on my wreath. I have a total of 6. When I open a new roll of deco mesh, I do start with a straight line, and I'm going to cut 6 pieces at 23 inches. I am using my wire cutters to hold down the deco mesh so that I can properly measure out 23 inches. I am going to cut 6 pieces at 23 inches, and I'm just going to put those off to the side. I am using a rotary cutter, however, you could use scissors. Next, I'm going to work on my Woodland Ruffle. I turn it 3 times, clamp it down with a clip of any kind. You could use a chip clip, a clothespin. I'm using a hair clip. Then I do 3 turns on the other side and walk my fingers down the middle. And it ends up looking like a deco mesh bow. Next, I'm going to add the deco mesh bow, the Woodland Ruffle, to my wreath. I am utilizing the pipe cleaners that are already there to attach the Woodland Ruffle to my wreath. Again, I just make 3 turns at the end, clip it off, walk my fingers down the middle, do 3 turns on the other end, and pinch it in the middle. I add the deco mesh with the seam side down. So here I'm doing 3 turns, pinching it off with a clip. Then I'm going to do 3 turns on the other side, walk my fingers down the middle, remove the clip, and then add it to the pipe cleaner. Okay folks, this is the last piece of the deco mesh. I'm turning it in 3 times, clipping it off, flipping it over, turning it in 3 times, walking my fingers down the middle, and I'm going to put it in the pipe cleaner, seam side down. There is a little girl that is near and dear to my heart who loves dinosaurs. So when I walked into the Dollar Tree and I saw this sign, I knew I had to make her a wreath, and I will be shipping this off to Missouri. Now I'm going to work on my ribbon tails to add to the pipe cleaners. I'm using this bright fuchsia pink and a green burlap ribbon. Both were purchased at the Dollar Tree. I am cutting a total of 12 ribbon tails. I'm doing 6 of the bright pink, the fuchsia pink, and I'm doing 6 of the green burlap ribbon. Once I have all of my pink fuchsia ribbon tails cut, I am going to dovetail them all at one time. It is a thinner ribbon, and I just pinch them in the middle, fold it over, and dovetail them. I'm going to put those to the side while I work on the green burlap ribbon. I measured the first one out at 12 inches, and then I just kind of used that as a guide to cut the other 5 pieces of ribbon. Because the burlap is a little thicker, I do take these 3 at a time to dovetail them. I'm going to place my ribbon tails off to the side, and I'm going to stack them. I'm going to do the green on the bottom and the pink on the top, and I'm going to add them to every pipe cleaner on my wreath. I pinch them in the middle and I'm going to place them into each pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to fluff them out as I go. Here again, I'm just pinching it in the middle and I'm adding it to the pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to fluff them as I go. You will just keep going until all the ribbons are added to the pipe cleaners. You could also alternate them. You could do green on the bottom, pink on the top, or pink on the bottom and green on the top. It's all personal preference. Once you make your way all the way around the wreath, then it's time to work on the sign. I turned on my hot glue gun. I'm going to get my cable mounts out, and I'm going to do one at the top and one at the bottom, and I'm going to use wire, 26 gauge wire, to attach this to my wreath. These are the cable mounts that I'm using. I just peel off the back, and I am going to use extra glue to glue them down. So here I'm just putting a dot of glue at the top, and I'm putting the cable mount down, and I'm going to actually go around the cable mount with extra glue. I want to be extra secure that it's going to stay. Once I get the cable mounts glued in place, I'm going to go in with 26 gauge wire. I do cut more than I need because I want to make sure that I have enough to go through the deco mesh and down to the frame. I'm going to take that 26 gauge wire and run it through the cable mounts, and then I twist tie it off of the back of the cable mount. Now that I have the sign prepped and ready to go, I'm going to place it on my wreath, find out exactly where I want it. I did kind of want it off to the side a little bit because I do want to add a bow, and I'm going to feed the wires through till I get to the bottom of the frame. Once I put the wires on the frame, I twist tie it a little bit, but then I flip it over to make sure the placement is exactly the way I want it. I'm going to twist tie the wire like a bread tie. I'm going to trim off any excess, and then I'm going to wrap it around one of the bars of the frame. Now I'm going to trim up my pipe cleaners. I'm going to twist tie them off, trim them down, and fold them under. I am going to use these glass embellishments. I purchased them from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use those to hot glue them to the pipe cleaners to cover up any mechanics. These are the glass beads I was telling you about. I believe they're called vase fillers, but they're perfect to cover up any mechanics on your wreath. So I just put a little bit of hot glue on the actual pipe cleaner and glue the glass bead embellishment onto the pipe cleaner. I am going to do this with each pipe cleaner. Now it's time to clean up my workstation and work on my bow. I had enough of the fuchsia ribbon to do 2 loops, and I went out about 6 inches for the loops. Next, I'm going to go in with the green burlap. I end up doing 4 loops at 5 inches each for the green burlap. I'm going to finish it off with this fuchsia. It's a sheer ribbon. I purchased it from Hobby Lobby a long time ago, and I've had it laying around, and I just wanted a pop of pink on top of that bow. I did end up cutting a couple of extra tails out of this ribbon to add to the bow. Next, I'm going to go in with a zip tie. I like to use a zip tie to secure my bows, but before I crank the zip tie all the way down, I'm going to add a pipe cleaner to the back of it. When you add a pipe cleaner to the back before you crank the zip tie all the way down, you have a way of attaching it to the wreath. I am going to use the sheer fuchsia pink ribbon to cover up the zip tie in the middle of my bow. Now I'm going to fluff up my bow and I'm going to add it to my wreath. I'm just going to feed the pipe cleaners through the mesh until I make it to the base of the frame. Once I find my way to the base of the frame, I'm going to twist tie that off like a bread tie. Now I'm going to fluff up my bow and trim up my ribbon tails. I do curl up some of the burlap ribbon tails. I didn't want the bow to overwhelm the sign. I want her to see the dinosaur sign. I do cut the smaller inch ribbons, the 1.5, at an angle, but the larger ones I do dovetail. Okay folks, this is my completed project. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.